Hi guys, good afternoon. Today is a not so much fun day. As you can tell, I've not done anything but throw my hair back in a rubber band, and I got woke up probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock with it storming. I'm not afraid of the storms. We'll get that off disclaimer right off the bat, but I was afraid of losing my little screened area because of high winds, which we were supposed to have tons of high winds, and we've got it secured where nothing's going to fly up and flap, but we did not account for water. The water has pulled down onto, or like a swimming pool, water built up onto the top of the canopy in several places and has collapsed it. So about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning, I've been outside with scissors trying to cut off all the zip ties because I had all the lights zip tied to the frame. So I would do that for a little bit, get wet and get cold, and come back inside for a little while. Finally, I've got them all out, and I've got them in here, in the floor. I took out the Edison light bulbs individually so that they wouldn't get ruined, trying to get them down. And sadly, I think the entire thing's going to need to be taken down. But it just now started raining again. It's supposed to rain into Friday night, Saturday morning. And in addition, we don't just stop there. We also have a leak in the bathroom. The skylight, which is above the shower, is leaking. I think it's leaking from the frame around the, I guess, the outside edge, because it's coming from a specific screw. But thankfully, it's being contained in a shower. So that's the best place for water to be coming out into the house, is right into the shower. Then, for whatever reason, from wherever, the floor in the kitchen is wet. Now I know why there was a bubble in the floor when we got the RV. I think maybe on the outside of the RV there's a little kitchen and stove, like a little sink and stove, I guess, compartment that you pull down, and I think maybe the water has gotten into there, and during all the blowing and stuff has blown in, although I'm not positive. It's not coming from the ceiling. It's not coming from any of the faucets, any of the pipes. So I really have no clue right now where that's coming from. But I do have 3 towels on the floor, and I have the largest headache imaginable. And I've had it since last night. But this mess is sure not helping. We've been under all kinds of tornado warnings. The television is still talking about all the tornado watches now. I think the biggest portion of the severe weather has passed, I think. But tornadoes being issued all over. One would come up, and then they said, well, we have to interrupt because we've got a second one, and then we have a third and a fourth. It was crazy insane watching the news. So much that I curled up on the couch with my blanket and was listening to it and fell asleep. So I bypassed about 2 or 3 hours of bad weather just to try to get rid of my headache, and sadly it's still there. It's not gone anywhere. So I'm thinking it might be weather related, because it's done this since yesterday, and I've had it since yesterday. So anyway, that's my fun for the day. I know it's not going to be a very long, exciting vlog, but the shower is dripping again. Let me pause this, and I'll go in there and show you a little bit about where it's at. Alright, so the light is like really bright. They're the natural light. But this screw right there is where the water's coming from. And I have no idea why, but it's dripping and making everything nice and wet. And now it looks like that screw is leaking. I don't know. I think they're just leaking around the screws. These are my floor towels. They are soaking wet, so I do need to, let me get a light on here. I do need to get those up out of the floor and replace them, but they're saturated. I don't know where the water, but directly behind this area is where the outdoor little kitchen area is. So, I don't know. But, in addition, I've also brought all of the lights, Christmas lights, and then the big Edison light bulbs out. And piled them in here so they get dry. So I'm super happy about all of this. I'm going to try and get outside. Actually, I could probably show you a little bit about the collapse now. I'm going to try to get outside and get the top of the canopy off. And then depending on how bad it's raining, I'm going to try and get the screen, the netting and stuff down. And for the time being, I'm just going to leave the frame where it's at, because that's a lot of work to do in the rain. But let me see if I can turn around and show a little bit about the sunken canopy. You can probably see right in the front of the refrigerator there where it's sagging down. That front beam has also collapsed inward, and then the entire front as a result is pretty jacked. This back end is staying up pretty nice, and normally I would be able just to let the legs down, but because the refrigerator is inside there, I can't lay the legs down. So you can see kind of right in here where the inside has collapsed inward, and for whatever reason it's not creating little swimming pools. So I get to try to figure out all of this. Fun.